Say that again. What the hell are you talking about?
That's from the show Kojak.
Kojak, Telly Savalas, man.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
Welcome to the Savaged Unfiltered show, where we say what the hell everyone else is scared to say. Hosted by Michael Gardner. Raw, unapologetic, no filter, no bullshit. Savage.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Welcome to Savage Unfiltered. I'm your host, Michael Gardner, or otherwise known as Savage. I'll take it either or. Speaking of that, Tom, I got some good news, man, before we bring on our guests. How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing great. What's going on?
Yeah, I got some good news. If you guys are noticing some changes on my social, particularly X, I changed my handle name. Did you see that?
I didn't notice.
You didn't notice?
No, well, I don't look for that kind of stuff.
It's a little shit, man. That fucking counts.
I just look for your picture and go with it. Yeah.
Anyways, no, I changed the handle. It doesn't say Michael and then all those fucking weird little numbers at the end. You didn't notice that?
Oh yeah, I did notice a little something, but
yeah. Now it says Michael Savaged at the end. Because I am related to the Dr. Michael Savage, for people that are not well aware. He's my grandfather.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. People get jealous. You're related to that old geezer? You're damn right I am. But anyway, the Godfather and King of radio.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah. Michael Savaged. Yeah. No numbers, no nothing after
That's
it.
right.
And you got the Michael Savage. Yeah, all right.
That's right. Because I noticed something here with how X is rolling out like new features, especially like for the people that have verified check marks.
Yeah.
If you want a rare, that's how they label it. If you want a rare handle, please search what's available. And we did. And it was luckily available. So, it's nice.
Well, ain't you the fancy pants?
That's right.
Ain't you the fancy pants of this program?
That's right.
No, yeah.
What?
That looks good. That looks good. No, I need to talk to either you or Tibbs, and there's some things I want to try to do on X. I don't know how.
All right, so we're going to talk about business after the show, Tom, not on the show.
Later. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. So today we got a really interesting individual. Decided to bring him on for part 2 because I just felt that it needed another hour.
Yeah,
of on-air time. Yeah.
It felt short. Yeah, it did.
Yeah. It felt a little short, and you guys can actually catch that first part with the guest we're about to bring on. Craig Sotkovsky. I fucked it up, didn't I? I fucked it up again, didn't I?
That was him laughing.
Sotkovsky. Yeah, I can't fucking pronounce those fucking names to save my life, man. But anyway, you can check out the first part with Craig. That's actually available on the live stream format on YouTube and Rumble. It's still there. But today we're going to have them available for part 2, but for our regular Spotify audience. No more live stream. I don't like live stream shit. I really don't, Tom. I don't. A lot of people are big fans of live stream. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know, man. It's just maybe I'm just a little bit old school with it, I don't know.
I'm happy in the direction I'm going. My direction's going to where record and download.
I mean, we did a piece on that, man. I mean, it's on Spotify. It's going to be on the fucking platform forever until it's obsolete, until it doesn't exist anymore, which I don't think it's going to happen for a very, very long time. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's welcome in Craig here for part 2. Craig, welcome back. I'm sorry I butchered your name again. Apologize. It's all right. I was absent on grammar pronunciation day in grammar school,
Yeah.
But welcome. Yeah, well, welcome back. What the hell have you been up to since we've had you on last?
Actually, I'm putting together a campaign to drive across the United States for September 11th for the 25th anniversary. So it's taking up a lot of my time.
That's awesome. I thought when you said campaign, I'm like, oh Christ, this guy's running for fucking president.
I thought he was running for something too.
Yeah.
I'm running from things.
Oh, he's running from things, Tom. And Tom is messing with something with his wires or something. What the hell you doing over there, buddy? You doing some illegal shit we don't know about or what? Oh, he's smoking his pipe. Okay.
I'm loading up my pipe.
He loves his pipe. But no, tell us a little bit about, what you're doing. You said you're traveling. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm actually heading back to the States March 24th, and I'm going to be putting this national campaign together for cancer awareness, for 9/11 survivors, and going to be joining RVs, going to 20 different cities. And, putting together is a lot of fucking work, and I'm grateful that I'm able to, simply because I'm still breathing.
Yeah. You notice we put your name there on the bottom. We actually spelt that right. I just can't pronounce it right, Other than that. No, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing, something for not only for obviously the country, but for
humanity.
For you, humanity, community, whatever. Yeah. And when Tom gets his shit together over there with his pipe, we'll bring him back on. But anyway, no, that's awesome. So I've been noticing some things going through your feed there on X, some TikTok videos and everything else. I know we didn't really discuss the TikTok presence before we even get into that. Do you still mess around with TikTok, Craig, at all? Or
yeah, I'm on 4 times a day.
Oh my God, sounds like an addiction problem. Jesus. Good grief. 4 times a day. My God, man. Tell us a little bit about that. At 4 times a day.
So all I'm doing is fucking with the algorithms. And, I have a message and I want to get it to as many people as I can. I jump on and I can get, 1,000, 1,500 people in one clip. So I'm just bringing awareness to people getting out of their mindset. There's a lot of people with anxiety and depression these days. And I talk about how your subconscious behavior is fucking with you, and how to, I guess, just change the way we think.
Yeah,
we need that. Yeah,
definitely change the way you think. I like this little graphic here, which I kind of stole from you. I hope you don't mind. But we're going to put it up here, please, if we can. Forgive people in your life, even those who are not sorry for their actions. Holding on to anger hurts only you, not them. I like that. That's the little clean and sober. I took that off your X feed there. I like that. Anger
is like an acid in a vessel, and that acid is eating the vessel from the inside out.
Absolutely. Do you live by this phrase here at all, Craig?
It
seems like you do because you just post it. I mean, I don't know if you're just one of those, assholes in the internet that just likes to repost anything he sees to fuck with the algorithms, but
that is one of them.
Oh, okay.
No, but I post shit that I thoroughly enjoy and thoroughly believe in. And when we're holding on to anger, the only thing we're doing is fucking us up. Nobody else.
Yeah.
That goes back to emotional insecurities. It goes back to who we were as children, and subconsciously we live in a loop, and people really don't understand how you mentally fuck yourself up and create anxiety and depression by holding on to things, because we have to change the emotional attachment that we have to stories.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things. It's like, you're going to hold on to all this anger. It's going to keep resentment in your heart. And we can't live that way. We can't. That's why I jacked it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can see where Tom's going here. A little humor on the bottom there. Tom, he's lighting up his pipe. He's like, oh, it's going to be one of these episodes, Michael. Jesus, I'm there. But no, I mean, I agree.
I agree with him 100%. Yeah. I've always agreed with that anger, you got to let it go. It'll ruin your whole day,
Yeah. Let's talk about that if you don't mind, Craig. That seems to be a key issue with today's society. A lot of people can't channel their anger correctly, and you see it instantaneously, in public, at your workplace, wherever you go, even family members today. I don't know what the hell they're putting in the pipes in the water. Maybe it's the water, maybe it's the air or something. I don't know. Do you see that too? Or maybe you see something differently? I don't know. Maybe you're the key issue to this. Yeah.
It's everywhere. Because, we're emotional creatures. Humans are emotional creatures, and people don't want to tap and control their emotions. They just want to fucking fly off the handle. And what it does, it shows your insecurities. It shows your insecurities. And a lot of us, we're children in adult bodies. So we have no discipline. And once we develop the discipline from ourselves and walk away from the emotional attachment that we have to all of these fucked up stories we keep telling ourselves, it's just going to keep eating up society.
Yeah.
Look at the shit that's going on now.
Absolutely.
Hey, Craig, I was going to say, it's hard to get away from anger when you're constantly being fed a plate full of anger. You're being told you need to be mad, you need to be angry, you need to be mad, you need to be angry. So there's no wonder people aren't learning how to deal with it. Don't you?
Yeah, but the thing is, all you got to do is shut that shit off.
Exactly.
Literally, you just shut the fucking phone off, shut off the TV.
Yeah.
And you have to tap into something we call the reticular activating system.
Yeah, you talked about this towards the end of the first one when I had you on, through the live stream and everything. But I'm glad we're bringing this up for some of the Spotify audience that's tuning in or anywhere for that matter. But let's talk about it on a generational period. Like typically boomers, like probably Tom here and maybe you, Craig, can assimilate to this very easy, like with anger. Like we're able, maybe I'm a Gen Z. So, excuse me, Gen X. Yeah. Sorry. I'm a Gen X. We have to clarify that. I'm before the fucked up generation that you see now. But between the boomers and Gen X, we can kind of, comfortably accept anger to an extent without triggering us, right? Where we go into an emotional.
We're kind of fucked anyway.
We are. We gave our fuckedness to this next generation, more or less. Yeah. Now they can't deal with decisions of the actions that they make related to those decisions without typing it on the fucking internet for the whole world to see. I don't like Donald Trump. He's driving me crazy, and they go into an emotional, wreck. Like with us, we're like, what the fuck, shit's gonna fucking, you know what I mean? Like that's the difference. Like, how do we get this generation, especially these millennials and Gen Zers, to understand how we understand it?
They're not gonna, because they're chemically altered. You have to understand, right now, we have like 3 generations that have been through psychotropic drugs.
It's the drugs? You think so?
I think 75% of the kids nowadays are on some kind of Adderall or some kind of pharmaceutical.
Yeah, but wasn't that being experimented in like the 70s, maybe 80s with the drugs?
Experimented, but now these fuckers are literally have prescriptions, right? Doctors put them on everything.
I understand, but the access I'm talking about with the 70s and 80s, wouldn't that be the same comparison? How come back then?
No, absolutely. Yeah, because we were doing LSD, cocaine, and all the other stuff.
But what I'm trying to say, Craig, is I'm trying to go into depth with you, bud. Like I'm trying to say, like the people, and I'm glad you brought this up so people can understand it. The people that were experimenting with drugs back then, they were doing high levels of drugs, okay? But the folks now, like you say, with the prescriptions and all this other stuff, the comparison is very similar. But the ones back in the 70s and 80s can still carry out, to my personal opinion, in everyday life. Go to work, deal with family without all that other side bullshit that you see now.
That is 100% true, but it's the drugs that they're on. This shit's entirely different. I understand
it's the drugs, but don't you think it's like has to do with the drugs mixed with the social media activity?
Oh, the fucking stupidity? Yeah, the blue screen shit?
That's where I'm going with. I was wondering when you were going to pick it up, but I was like, he's not picking it up. I got to fucking throw it out there to him.
No, because this is everything right now heightens everybody's awareness simply because if something happens in fucking India right now or in like Nigeria, right? It's right now. So we're being bombarded with all of this bullshit, and these kids, they have no coping mechanisms at all, right? None. Their parents don't even have any fucking coping mechanisms. Because they've all been given shit. It's an entirely different world. I grew up in 1980s New Jersey.
Yeah, right? You were telling us that. Yeah. So it was like you go to work, you fucking go to school, you go to work after school. You know, you're busting your ass just to survive. These fucking kids are lazy, man. Everybody has been told to go to school, right? Get an education, and they come out stupid. They come out dumber than fucking rocks because everybody's been placated to. Everybody gets a 7th place trophy.
You mean that degree in generation and in that gender
gender studies?
That's no good. You know what? Yeah, no, I agree with you. No, the stuff they claim they're learning, but they're not learning life. They're not learning life stuff. You know, they're not learning things that get you through life like that, how to handle your anger. You know, I remember growing up, I'd be mad. I'd be off the hinge. You know, I'd go off the hinge. And my mom would say, you need to calm down. You need to control that. You need to learn to control that.
Yeah. But I mean, take away the social media today. And this generation, I don't know. I don't know if they would be able to handle life.
I don't think so.
Even with how the boomers and maybe Gen Xers were doing it in the late, early 90s. Well, we were doing drugs and stuff like that, but there was no social media then.
None.
That shit didn't. Thank God. Yeah, we were fucking kids, man. We fucking built tree houses. We fucking smoke our fucking uncle's little weed behind the tool shed. But I mean, we were still fucking kids.
Well, see, like Craig said, you know, it's like my generation. We didn't know we weren't aware of what was going on beyond the borders of the United States. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on in France and Russia or, you know, anywhere in the Middle East. We didn't know any of that stuff. But like Craig said, man, you are hit with that as soon as it happens. You're hit with it.
It's designed to do that. It's designed to fuck everybody up.
I agree. I totally agree. This is all by design.
Yeah.
This is haphazardness. This is by design. They want everybody mad. They want everybody mad. They want everybody angry. I think that anyway. I think
absolutely.
Yeah. Now, before we go into the next part here, you know, obviously, guys that are listening on Spotify, I appreciate it. And for anybody that's listening otherwise, Rumble, YouTube, X, appreciate it. Hit that follow, hit that like button. Leave a comment, guys. I'm always curious to know who's listening in anywhere in the world. But before we go there, I got to get a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. Be right back.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
All right, guys, back to the show. So you talk about like this pattern where it's plastered all over your website, okay? Where it starts off, let's get started, helping high performers break the patterns that keep you stuck. What are those patterns? Is it something similar to what we're talking about, or is it something that I'm not bringing up right now on the show that we should be bringing up?
So here's the thing. We are children in adult bodies. So
Sure.
if we haven't gotten to the point where we figured out our emotions, we're fucked. Okay. Because what happens is, as you go on through the Jesuits used to talk about, show me the child, I'll show you the adult. Right. So our programming from 0 to 8 years old is going to, whatever you've listened to, whatever you downloaded, whatever the fuck you've paid attention to from 0 to 8 years old. If you had trauma, if mommy and daddy said you sucked, All of this shit develops the adult. Okay. So now, if you're thinking you're going to be a high achiever, right, and you have all the accolades and all of that, but you close your front door on your 15,000 square foot fucking mansion and you're miserable, you've got to disconnect. Most of us disconnect, right, emotionally, because we don't tap into our emotions. We hold them in. That creates the anxiety, the comparison of, look who's got this fucking shiny thing or this big ass car, or they're doing better than I. And that's outside validation. So humans are looking for outside validation when all you have to do is validate yourself. When you validate yourself, that means you go in and you take care of that dark shit that we all have.
So you talk about the disconnect. Let's talk about, I hate bringing this up, folks, but we have to, for comparison reasons. Let's talk about my generation as a Gen X, all right? So that would be from, Tom, you just did this the other day.
1965.
He just did this like the other day, a couple episodes back. 65 to 1980. 1980, right at that. I'm right at that point. Okay.
Excuse me.
I'm actually a late 70s baby, 79. So yeah, that would be my bracket, folks.
Well,
I'm actually 65.
Man, you were almost a millennial. Oh, baby.
Don't put me in that bracket. No. But like, I had a lot of, my upbringing was a lot of, how can I phrase this? Because you just said something that I wanted to bring in. You mentioned like the disconnect. You also mentioned about the way you're raised. There, bingo, boom, fucking lightning just hit my brain. So when I was raised more or less as like, kind of like, do as I tell you, not as I do, more or less. So like my mother would always tell me, use the crosswalks, don't do this, don't do that. But half the time I look at my mother and she wasn't using the crosswalk. She was fucking just walking across the street normally. I mean, little shit like that. And then there was other times where, other ways of being raised was like, I wasn't paid attention a lot, and my mother allowed me to, not do things where, the discipline wasn't really coming in, but like kind of like not paying attention to me a little bit and allow me to just, play. There wasn't really no parental involvement, but I still turned out all right. Now, fast forward to this generation, there's really no parental involvement. And it's the opposite. So what went wrong with the generational shift?
No more common sense.
No more common sense.
We went out into the fucking street. We were like feral dogs, man.
Yeah.
Like we came back. We literally came back when the street lights went on.
Yeah.
Nobody knew where the fuck we were. We were climbing. I grew up between the George Washington Bridge and the Lincoln Tunnel.
But right, what you just said, I was doing the same thing, but we didn't turn out to be hooligans or thugs or, homeless individuals. Well, some of us later in life, some of us turned out to be any one of those three things. But
you need to say it like this, Mike, not to the degree we're seeing it now.
Yeah. Where is that? Where's the shift? Is it?
There's a mental health illness crisis in this country.
Well, that's a damn certain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where's it coming from, Craig?
I'm telling you where it's coming from.
Please tell us. We want the fucking answers.
We're 2-3 generations, okay, of people that have been taking psychotropic drugs from doctors. Okay, these pharmaceuticals. Listen.
But respectfully, it's got to be more than the drugs.
No, but that's a start, because you have to understand what these fucking drugs actually do to the human mind. Okay, these things are designed, okay, to give people suicidal tendencies. They're designed. When I was growing up, there were no fucking school shootings. Every one of these school shootings is designed from somebody that's on some kind of psychotropic drug. And this is a huge fucking problem in the United States, because they have to keep these kids dumbed down stupid. Then you throw up the social media shit. They're
right
like
there.
Zombies.
The manipulation.
Like zombies.
Let's throw manipulation in, because we didn't see high levels of manipulation and influence 30, 40, 50 years ago. We didn't see that.
Exactly. But the common element right now is we didn't have the psychotropic drugs. Your mom might have took Valiums.
Yeah.
Right? Or she might have drank. Or your father. My father was Marine.
There you go. The seesaw effect. The father or someone in the family kept that mother fucking straight without fucking tweaking out more than she is.
Exactly.
Bingo. Yes.
Right? They used to call Valiums mother's little helpers, right?
Yeah.
Now you have people, giving birth to children, right? And then they have postpartum depression, and nobody fucking acknowledges that. Now you have a woman that just gave birth, her hormones are all fucked up, right? Because she gave birth, so they're going to continue to be wrapped up. And then all of a sudden, you're in our society, now she got to go back to work. We didn't have that shit. We had the mom that took care of the kids. We don't have that anymore, man. And it just continues this cycle, because now you turn around, you got two families, right? Two people families that are working. Nobody can afford anything anymore.
Right.
So it's like they throw all of this shit on top of everybody to get everybody this anxiety. Hold your emotions in. What happens? People's fucking heads take off because they have no way. There's no outlets anymore, man. These kids don't even go to the fucking park and play. They're like, oh, this kid's got ADHD.
Everything is a condition. Yeah, they have a condition for every fucking thing.
So they can give them the psychotropic drugs. I've been studying this shit forever.
You know how hold on, Tom. 1 second, buddy. You know how I like, because you kind of go into the same scenario that I go into, or at least I think what you more or less try to give out with your practice with self-loathing. Loathing, excuse me. Did I say loathing? Loathing, excuse me. My fucking words today. It's crazy. The self-loathing, right? What people back in the day, having a bad day, sometimes the healing practices were to look in the mirror, right? And more or less pretty much look in the mirror and look at the other person in the mirror, you, and understand where you're going wrong with that, right? Try it, folks. Yeah. We made a graphic here, put lovely Craig in here. The mixture, Craig mixed with Jeff Bezos there with the eyebrows. Anyway, no. Try this, folks, because it worked for many, many others in my generation, possibly Craig's, Tom's. Look in the mirror and understanding where you're fucking up. Stop going to social media chat rooms like fucking X Spaces and TikTok lives and spending hours upon hours because you're not going to get a fucking ending result. And I think that's what the problem there is, Craig. People are spending way too many hours feeling that they're going to get some type of support system on a live, an internet live system.
It's an external validation. Everybody's looking for an external validation. What that does, you have to internalize, right? So it's you versus you, and one of you fucking versions needs to die. In order to change, right? Like you hear me say this 1,000 fucking times. We have something called the reticular activating system. Okay, it's our subconscious behavior. All this thing wants to do is please us. So if we're thinking shitty thoughts, it's going to give you shitty situations. The best way to learn, and this is neuroscience, is while you sleep. Because consciously, when we're thinking about shit during the day, okay, that's 5% of our day. 95% of everything that we do every day is off our subconscious habits and behaviors. So it's Joe Dispenza that says that humans have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. 90% of those thoughts are the same fucking thoughts that we had from yesterday. So we're literally living in the past. So if you're living in the past, I can predict your future basically off of how you talk, your neurological linguistic programming. And people just don't understand because they don't want to fucking take the time because they're looking for the external validation because mommy and daddy no longer give any fucking love, right? I remember when we used to cry as kids, mother and father used to be like, better stop fucking crying. I'll give you something to cry about. We shut the fuck up because you knew something was going to come. Nowadays, people be in fucking prison if they smack that kid on the ass. Society is run amok, man.
Yeah. Hard discipline has to come back. I agree with you.
I think also, you say people are looking for validation and that kind of stuff, but it's like the crazies talking to the crazy. It's like the psychopath in the state ward is trying to minister to the other psychopaths in the state ward. There's nothing. They're eating from the same plate. No one's getting anything new. Well, come here. I'll help you. Like these people seeking for advice in that on social media. Who are they seeking advice from?
More idiots.
People that are exactly like them. Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, guys, before we continue with the show, I do want to direct your attention here, guys. We have some really interesting guests coming up. We got to have a guest coming up next Friday, actually, which is going to be part of our weekend programming. Crash from the Crash and Burn podcast. That's going to be an interesting show. Guys, you might want to stick around for that. That is actually good. Did I say Friday? That will actually drop on Saturday. I do apologize. Got my days backwards here. But Saturday, that will drop next Saturday, guys. But that obviously will be a pre-recorded episode, as much of our episodes are now pre-recorded on the Spotify platform. So check out that episode with Crash from the Crash and Burn podcast with myself and the old man here. Diving deep into her. Yes. She's an interesting character, as well as the editor for Lion's Den magazine. So got a lot of good stuff coming your way here on Savage Unfiltered. And then, of course, guys, we have Soslin Timison joining us this Tuesday. He's running for office in Minnesota. Really interesting stuff. Yeah, Soslin is he's on board with us, guys. He's been on the show many times. If you've gotten to know Soslin here, he's running for District 5 in Mariquite County as a board supervisor. So give him some support. He's running on a conservative ticket, guys. He's going into the lion's den of Democrats over there, radical left Democrats. So, if you see that name, Soslin Timison, come up, or you see a postcard, come to your mailbox. If you live in the area, please show him some support. And as well as check out the show this Tuesday with Soslin Timison. Can't say more than enough. So back to the show. There's a video I want to plug here with you, Craig, because obviously, buddy, I mean, you're, pretty presented there on TikTok here, guys. Check this video.
Hey, my friends, so today I want to talk about you. Look in the mirror. What do you like to see? Do you self-loathe? Most people do. When they look in the mirror, they don't like to see shit staring back at them. And it's because you don't love yourself. You have to fall in love with yourself to really appreciate life. Living in fear every day is how most people spell life. You just don't want to do it. So I'm back on the floor, and I'm going to be telling you guys, actually telling you fuckers, how to create a different existence for yourself. And I want you to understand something, man. I've been beat up and bloodied. Fucking life has tore my ass up. I want you to tear life's ass up because you deserve it. You are empowered to become this amazing thing in your life because you have greatness.
Tear your ass up. I like that. A little dark, little dramatic, but hey, if it works, right, Craig?
You know what I did, Craig?
We got to get dark and dramatic, man, because fuckers need to wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I did, Craig? I looked in the mirror a long time ago and went, you need to knock it off. You need to quit trying to be what everybody else is and what everybody else is telling you to be, and you need to start being yourself again, old man. Stop conforming to what everybody wants you to conform to. And I get, and people get sucked into the emotions. They see people sad. Well, I guess I need to be sad. They see people angry. Well, I guess I need to be angry. No, you don't. You don't. Be yourself. I mean, that's what I'm getting from you, Craig. We need to just start being ourselves and stop being what everybody else tells us we need to be. Is that pretty much flowing in the direction here, Craig?
That's it. You got to be yourself. Everybody else is fucking taken, man. And people don't understand. They want to be a carbon copy of what society says they have to be. And that's destroying the mental health of this culture.
I mean, proof of that is this Trump deranged syndrome. You know, you ask people, why are you mad at Trump? Well, because he's a rapist. He's a rapist. There's no proof of that. Why do you say he's a rapist? What has he done that shows you he's a rapist? Well, they said. Well, who's they? Who's they? Who's telling you this crap? And why are you eating it? Why can't you just be yourself, conform your own opinions, critical think? We don't critical think in this society anymore.
Fuck no, you get penalized for it. They just had like this radical left bullshit. They were asking the girls in college. They were like, who are you more oppressed under? Donald Trump or the Iranian regime? And they were like, well, if you just mentioned Donald Trump, it's got to be it's got to be Donald Trump, not the Iranians. Yeah. And it's like they're fucking so programmed. Okay, and seriously, this goes back to the fucking psychotropic drugs. This goes back to all the food that's being fucking poisoned, all the chemicals that are being put into our food. Everything is contaminated. You get fucking chicken, it's soaked in chlorine. That's why I love living down here, man. I really do. Because this shit, they don't even consider it organic. It's just fucking food. There's so many chemicals in the United States in food that is completely ridiculous. You ever see the commercials or the people that they take the fucking hamburger and they had the hamburger from McDonald's for 20 fucking years? Thing doesn't even rot.
Right.
And we're trying to eat that and we're trying to get nutrients out of it. Shit doesn't work, man.
The same thing goes with health issues. I heard Dr. Ben Carson say he had a friend who was diabetic. His friend went and lived in Europe. So he was in Europe for 2 weeks, no more diabetes. Because he was in Italy. He's eating their food.
He's even eating their pasta.
The diabetes went away. He's eating everything, yeah. And
I'm down here to correct my health, okay? I got GERDs, Barrett's esophagus. I'm still chasing, like scars on my fucking lungs from lung cancer where they took my mid and lower lobe, my right lung out, okay? Jeez. I've had 15 fucking surgeries on my knee. They gave me a knee ablation, almost killed me. It gave me 3 blood clots. They were thinking about taking my fucking leg off. This is the medical society in the United States.
That's the problem. That's the problem with the society today. I keep on telling people, sadly, I'm sorry that happened to you, Craig. I got to send condolences, buddy. I'm sorry you're dealing with all this shit even to this day. But for young people out there, stop fucking going to pills for every little fucking answer. Seriously, folks, I am literally approaching not 50 yet, but damn near close, okay? Mid towards, late 40s, okay? But I don't go for medication for every little fucking answer in the world. I haven't done that since I was little. Luckily, my parents didn't believe in that garbage either. Where they have, he's sick, go get him Robitussin or the little fucking Flintstone fucking things. No, none of that shit. I can tell you, my immune system has been fucking stronger than ever. These people today, 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, they have fucking shot immune systems because they pill pop for every little fucking thing. You don't need it, folks. You get free medicine every single day. It's called the sun. It's called the wind. It's called the air.
My biggest gripe about all this medicated stuff is no one knows what you're really getting. What's in that shot you're getting? No one knows. What's in those pills that you're taking? Well, it's no, you don't know. We're not chemists. I swear, if people would take the medication that they're taking and had a legitimate chemical analysis done on it, they would be shocked at what they're getting.
So here's the thing. What people don't realize, right, is like the pharmaceutical industry, okay, takes natural shit and then they compound it so they can patent it. And they throw their other shit into it. What people don't understand is we have this ability inside of us called epigenetics, right? We can control our biochemistry based off of states, based off of controlling our emotions. You ever get jacked or you get scared and you have that like flutter? That's your biochemistry changing, right? What I teach people is how to walk away from your conscious thought and subliminally put shit into your head while you're fucking sleeping. Because the reticular activating system works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Mm.
And people are just like, no, you want to take a fucking pill. Look, my next book that's coming out next year, I'm standing in front of a pyramid of pill bottles from all the shit that I had to take for 9/11 that I thought I had to take because I was listening to the fucking doctors.
Because you were listening to the doctors, and that's the problem with our society. People listen to too many doctors. You take a pill, that pill gets you sick. Then they're going to prescribe a pill because now they have to fix what they fucking gave you before.
100%.
To now fix what you have now. Give it another 6 to fucking 3 years later, 6 months to 3 years later, they'll be giving you another fucking pill because the pill that you were currently on previously is now fucking up your body and the rest of your organs. So now you have to be on another pill.
You
Folks,
know,
you don't need it.
The proof of that is walk into any elderly care place. Look at the zombies that are in elderly care places. They're just walking around in zombies. Why? Because they drug them. They keep everybody on drugs in there. If you take an elderly person and you take away all the meds that they're on, you would be surprised how well they start behaving. How their mind comes back, their physicalities come back. They improve. Why? Because they get them off the drugs. But
drugs are not the answer. I mean, people think they're the answer. Yeah, they're going to give a very quick relief. You know, if you have a simple headache, that headache's going to go away probably in like 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes if you get the really rapid, fucking speed type of Tylenol, right? Yeah, that's going to go away. But guess what, folks? You know what's going to go away naturally? Turn your shit off. Fucking take your cell phone, put it on the other side of the room, lower the lights or dim the lights, right? And just relax for at least 25 to 30 minutes. The same time frame that medication takes to, cure your fucking headache. The natural side is going to do the same thing.
That's exactly it. You got to tap into the chemicals that we have inside of us. We're pre-programmed to be able to take care of ourselves. And people like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't have a degree and all this. I was like, really? Okay, you cut your fucking arm. What happens? Your skin starts to fucking heal. You can do that internally as well.
exactly.
That's the problem. These people, they want to believe people with PhD degrees. They want to believe people that have doctorate degrees. They want to believe people that went to school. Obviously, it's natural in the human brain to, take their expertise. But you don't need an expertise for common sense, folks.
They told me 4 different times that I was potentially being treated for 4 different cancers. 2 of them were breast cancer, male breast cancer, because of 9/11. It's huge for men, right? And the last one was September 2024. I had to get a knee surgery. And in November, my leg was still swollen. And I went to the surgeon, and he was like, I believe the reason why your leg isn't going down because you have synovial sarcoma, right? 5 minutes later, he undressed me, and he's like, I have never given that potential diagnosis to somebody. He goes, and you laughed in my fucking face. He's like, how did you do that? And I was like,
that's terrible.
Told me fucking 4 different times that I was potentially being treated for cancer. They were only right once, and that's when they took my mid and lower lobe of my right lung out.
Craig, I got to say this for my audience, folks. No, I don't have a PhD in social science of medication. I don't. But you know what I do have a degree in? Common sense, folks. Because it was taught to me by my parents, my grandparents, and the rest of my boomer family. They were hippies, and they didn't believe any of that fucking garbage. Your cancer, sadly, was probably manipulated into cells from all the medication that they've given you through the course of your life. I'm sorry to say, but it's true.
Well,
cancer.
I also stood on the top of the World Trade Center after it fell.
Well, that too, from the asbestos and all that other stuff, probably lead that was all that in that. The lead paint was around the time when they were building the damn building. But I mean, that was probably a big factor too. But yes, gene pool, does it run in the family with cancer? Absolutely. Cancer runs throughout my family. 60% of my family has already passed away from cancer. Okay, diabetes, heart failure, all that. I'm still here. Why am I still here? Because I don't fucking go to a doctor every fucking second.
But Craig, you didn't know or have this understanding at the time of the World Trade Center stuff.
No,
right?
Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. They lied to everybody that was down there, man.
Yeah.
Now all the lies are starting to come out.
Yeah.
So if you was to go back, if you could go back into time and face the same consequences, face the same obstacles then, knowing what you know now, you'd have left a whole lot. You'd have been healthier. A lot of the health things would have never happened. I mean,
I have heavy metals in my body that fuck up my blood all the time. I'm always detoxing from something.
But I mean, you'd allowed your body to take care of a lot of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
You'd allowed yourself to heal you.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I'm doing now.
Exactly.
I don't go to the fucking doctor. I don't get scans anymore. I don't get MRIs. I don't go for my yearly checkup. And I have fucking 3 lobes.
Just think about if you were to do that in the beginning of your life, things would be a lot different. Okay, I'm not trying to be an asshole or a jerk, but I mean, I'm trying to preach that to the generalized society today. Stop doing it. If you're young, eliminate the drugs and the medications altogether. I'm telling you, by the time you get to my age, if you're 20 and by the time you get to your 40s, by the time you get to your 50s or even your the old man's age, they're throw you under the bus, they're 70s, you'll live a very, very natural, healthy life. I guarantee it. You don't need medications, folks. I know people in their 70s that are not on medications and they're fucking healthy as an ox. You don't need it, folks. The answer is that. But as we close, because we are running low on time, I wanted to bring you back on to kind of go into this that we didn't have time to do in the first part, Craig. If you could do a minute or less, actually, we got less than a minute. So if you can do like maybe 20 seconds or less, tell us, how we could avoid all this and possibly fix the next set of generation coming in with all this stuff.
We got to look to ourselves. We have something inside of us that we have to tap into. And once you do that, right, you look in the mirror. It's you versus you. And one of those fucking virgins needs to die. So we have to change how we think. Because how we think is going to be how we feel. How we feel, okay, taps into that biochemistry set that I'm talking about. So we have to change our emotional attachment to these fucking stories that we have. Once we do, we calm the fuck down and we learn how to breathe again.
This has been a Truth Productions media episode. Thank you for listening.